Have you ever looked around and felt like your social circle is, well, smaller than everyone else's? It's something that can really get in your head and stir up a lot of self-doubt. But what if it's not a flaw? Today, we're going to dive into what psychology actually says about having few or even no friends.
And that brings us to the big, scary question that can just haunt you, right? If I have few friends, does that mean I'm broken? It's a really heavy thought, and honestly, a super common one.
But here's the thing. Psychology offers a totally different perspective. The answer is a huge resounding no. You are not broken. More often than not, it just means your mind works in a way that makes the typical social scene feel, well, draining, or maybe even a little bit pointless. Let's explore exactly why that is. Okay, so our first big reason really comes down to your standards. For you, it might not be about the number of friends you have at all. It's about the depth of those connections. It's about valuing authenticity over pretty much everything else.
This is a big one. It's not they're antisocial. It's more like you have this highly tuned radar for anything that feels fake. Your brain just instantly picks up on the gossip, the manipulation, the social masks people wear. And you'd much rather be alone than sit through a conversation that feels like a performance. It's really about protecting your own energy and your inner peace.
And this difference is absolutely key. You know that surface-level small talk, how's the weather, where nobody's really listening? It probably feels incredibly draining to you. But deep conversations, talking about big ideas, what makes people tick, a little psychology, that's what lights you up. That's what feels energizing. You're just wired to crave substance.
So you see, it's not that you're avoiding relationships, not at all. It's that you're actively avoiding the empty ones. You're holding out for something real, for something with depth. And let's be honest, that kind of connection is just naturally harder to find. All right, next, let's go a little deeper into how your actual brain processes this social world around you. Because this isn't just about what you prefer, it's about how you are fundamentally wired. Psychology actually has a term for this: high social sensitivity. Now, that sounds kind of academic, but all it really means is that your nervous system is working overtime during social situations. You're not just hearing the words, you're processing emotional cues, analyzing subtext, and noticing tiny details that most other people just miss. This chart here shows the impact perfectly. Think of it like a social battery. For an extrovert, a party is like a charging station. They actually gain energy from it. But for someone with high social sensitivity, every single interaction consumes energy, draining that battery way, way faster.
And because your brain is doing all of that intense, deep processing, being alone isn't just a preference. It's a biological necessity. You absolutely have to have that quiet time by yourself to recharge that social battery. It's not about disliking people. It's just about managing a resource that's more limited for you.
And this leads us to another really powerful core trait, low social dependency, which is just a fancy way of saying you have this incredible ability to find validation, fun, and comfort from within yourself, without needing a big social circle to feel whole.
That low social dependency, it translates into a really powerful kind of independence. You can solve your own problems, you can entertain yourself, you can build your own world. And while some people might see that as being distant or aloof, it's actually a profound strength. You don't just let anyone into your life because, frankly, you don't need just anyone. And finally, let's talk about the past. Because sometimes the walls we build around ourselves, well, they're there for a very good reason. They're protective shields that have been shaped by our life experiences. A lot of the time, a smaller social circle comes with a backstory. Maybe a past experience, like a betrayal or just being seriously let down, has taught your brain to be extremely protective. You've been burned before, so now you're going to watch people for a lot longer before you really let them get close. This creates what psychologists call a trust threshold. Think of it as a higher bar that people have to clear before you give them access to your inner world. And listen, this isn't a flaw. This is a carefully built defense mechanism, and it's designed to protect you, built from the wisdom of your own journey. So, let's take all of this and completely reframe it. What if walking a path that feels a bit solitary isn't a weakness at all? What if it's actually a source of some incredible, unique power?
So, if you have few friends, it really doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It simply means your mind operates on a different frequency, one with more awareness, more depth, and much higher standards.
And I want you to think about what these traits actually give you. Your intolerance for fakeness, that becomes a razor-sharp intuition. Your need for solitude, that helps you build a deep self-awareness and a rich inner world. And that cautious heart, it forges an independence that is absolutely unshakable. These are not weaknesses, these are your strengths. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Sometimes walking alone isn't a sign that you failed. It's the mark of a mind that is strong, that is discerning, and that is completely unwilling to settle for anything less than what is real. So I'll just leave you with this one thought to chew on. What if this isn't something about you that needs to be fixed, but something that needs to be embraced? What if walking alone isn't about loneliness, but is the very path that leads you to your greatest strength?